What is going up? What is going on, guys? How's it going? What's up, cool cards?
Hey, buddy.
How have you been, Michael? How's your week been?
It's been really awesome, man. I got to take off today and hang out and open some boxes and look at cards. And so it's been a really good day today, man. Seriously.
Yeah, my week's been busy with sports. Got football and soccer. So we've just been going this way and that. I didn't make the Marvel Roundtable on Wednesday, which is fine. I try to make that, but just sports get in the way, and it's all good because my kids are loving it. So
that's cool, man.
But,
you got what, 15 boys? How many?
I got, that's how many I got. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's cool.
All right, we ready to do this? All right, here we go. All right, sit back, relax, guys. We'll be back in just real shortly here. All right, cool stuff, man. What's up? What's up? How's it going, Tom?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, doing well.
It's a slick intro video you guys got.
How'd you like the very end where it has like Wolverine has the angel wings, and then Spidey has the devil horns?
Don't see that image too much.
Just let us know how you really feel about the characters.
Hey, well, we know that Wolverine's he's a saint. Me and Michael know that, but not a lot of people do.
But.
Yeah. Your favorite is some of your kids, the Black Widow. That's a good one, right? That's one of your faves.
Yeah, we named our daughter after her. So
Natasha.
Natasha.
Awesome.
And she also picked up on Ghost Spider thanks to Disney Plus, Spidey and his amazing friends.
Yep.
And then awesome. My son will change his character every week, but
it's kind of like how my youngest is too. So that's
funny. He hasn't picked up on Wolverine yet. We went to Universal a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
a couple weekends ago, and they actually have a Marvel character dining. Wolverine's supposed to be part of it, but it's characters are subject to availability.
Oh,
so him and Cyclops were not there. So like the opportunity for him to get into Wolverine. And
yeah. Wow.
Way to go, Universal. Not that Disney standard.
Yeah, my boy found my Halloween costume of Wolverine like from when I was like 22. And he put that on and he was running around like everywhere with it, and then we went to the store and he was running around with it there.
The real surprise was that he knew who Rogue was, like knew her by name.
Really?
So I don't know if it popped up on like one of his games. He has like Marvel Legos.
Tom, how old?
He's 3.
Wow, man.
Natasha's what, 6, 7?
Natasha's 4. So they are Irish twins. I did not wait.
Okay, all right. I thought Natasha was older for some reason. Maybe not.
No.
Okay.
Natasha's gonna turn 5. Ooh, should know this obviously next month.
Wow. Nice. Well, cool. Those who don't know Tom is PancakeAnalytics on YouTube as well as on Instagram. But Instagram, you have a couple different names. Like what do you call yourself on Instagram?
I mean, people just kind of go by Pancake now.
Pancake.
All right. They say it affectionately.
Did you like that little video I made on IG?
It had me cracking up. I mean, most of your videos had me cracking up anyway, but
good.
Pancakes in it. It's double involved.
Well, like what's funny is Perry Grip. That's who it is. my kids were obsessed with listening to Perry Grip, my younger ones. And they'd always be like, "Hey, Alexa, turn on Perry Grip." And like he would just like, there's the pancake robot, there's breakfast burrito, there's like a bunch of like funny like songs that kids like, and it's just hilarious. So yeah. Anywho.
Yeah. I mean, my kids have been going nuts on Alexa lately. You can ask Alexa who I am, just by my name and the real job, the analytics at that marketing firm, and Alexa will like read a whole spiel about it. So I guess my
Really?
company probably did like blurbs for different like leaders in the space, because it was news to me, and I was like, "Oop, that's accurate. That's not like somebody else." And then one of their uncles is in it too. My older brother's a basketball coach for FSU, so he's an easy one to pick up too. But it's freaky how accustomed they already are to Alexa and
Yeah.
any tech. That's why I'm pushing trading cards on them. It's a battle sometimes, but
Yeah,
they also like
funny.
Tops, the Marvel Collect app.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they probably open more packs in that than actual physical packs.
Wow.
Like you saw my e-pack, and it
Yeah.
was how many Disney cards have they opened?
Uh-huh.
It was at like 5,000.
Sure.
And you're like, I was gonna send you stuff, but
Yeah, like I was
guys don't need it.
literally gonna send him like all the stuff that I got from Disney, and he's got like 50 of each card. I'm like, holy cow. Oh man. That was funny. So a little bit about you, Tom. Can you explain to everybody kind of what you do and how that plays into what we're going to talk about tonight? And we'll just go from there.
Yeah. So over 10 years career experience in data science. Currently lead a team of junior analysts, senior analysts for a marketing firm. We specialize in customer segmentation, A/B testing. So how it relates to Marvel cards is really causal impacts. Like that's an A/B test, basically. Think of like a new MCU program comes out or movie. What effects does it have to a population? In this case, it'd be Marvel cards. Um, Trading card collector, collect Marvel, Disney, name anything non-sport or TCG.
Yep.
I do that on the free side. It's a hobby. The Instagram page has blown up. So Pancake_Analytics. I was just at the national CGC, flew me out there to present at their booth. They did not pick a Marvel cards analysis. When you get sponsored like that, I gave them options, and they went with a sports one because they have the sports side of it, and that convention's mostly sports, and then Pokemon. So fun challenges in there too. Those collectors deal with the same struggles we have.
For sure. For sure.
Boom and bust. Monthly, I provide trading card forecast through the website. It's all free. Marvel's one of the IPs I track.
Yeah,
So
check out his stuff,
cohort.
guys, because his videos are awesome. So great stuff.
And then just really quick, one more thing. All that fun forecasting and playing around in the space. I actually collaborated with Card Ladder and built a TCG index for them. So you can get that through their app. They're not free. They have a price, but
Great.
But if you care about TCG, there's some support there. That's not just Pokemon. So
awesome. Cool. Well, I just wanted to kind of set expectations tonight. There's a couple screen shares that we can do, and we can talk about some stuff like that, right, Tom? So you can get those ready and all that stuff. That's completely fine. Mainly tonight, like I think we're gonna open some Marvel cards too, right? So we're gonna do some Marvel cards, guys. talking about some of this factual data stuff with my boy here, Pancake. And yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it up to you, Tom, to see what you want to talk about. Now, Michael, is there anything you have any interest in learning tonight as far as this goes, or are you kind of an open mind tonight?
I mean, I'm looking forward to learning something, and I think I'd be curious to see like what are the biggest surprises that Tom saw recently. You know, like what jumped out to him. But I'm looking forward to learning some stats, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't take the time sometimes to sit down and do this. So I'm glad he does that. You know.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's uploading right now. I apologize. It's like a 30
you're
slide
fine.
deck. 30 slide deck. We won't go through all like 30 slides. But once it's fully uploaded,
Okay.
it's a MCU impact analysis. So it's kind of a little bit of a refresh. So what I previously did was I think I went all the way through the No Way Home trailer.
Okay.
Yep. And what it does is it's a causal time series, and it'll look at, so it's a model. It'll look at, say, when a trailer's released, a show starts, what happens 30 days before, 30 days after, 60 days after to Marvel trading cards. And then it compares it against my favorite control group for Marvel cards, which is Impel 90.
Yeah.
So the reason for that is if you're a new collector to Marvel, usually that's your first adoption into Marvel cards. A lot of people in our demographic, it's like, ooh, that's the set they're nostalgic with. I know me, Josh, maybe Mike as well. We're more closer to Flair. At least I am. And, that means we were a little bit years behind behind the curve in age, but that's the set that resonates with me. But Marvel pops up, the Impel set, and other analytics apps as well, so it's easier to gather data.
Yeah.
So we won't go through the agenda.
Couple shout outs here. Cafe Chromos is in the house. How's it going, Cafe Chromos? Christopher Andreas, how's it going, man? And we got Vintage Sword Canada. And then RMS Collects just joined us. What's up, RMS? All right. So what are we looking at?
All right. So this is just a quick little intro of it. Just trying to let you know I'm not dealing with an Excel sheet. It's a data set.
Okay.
So analyzed almost 200,000 cards sold, $6.12 million in sales, 34,000 distinct sellers. You can get all this from Terapeak, Query its API. So this is that previous analysis, and what it's telling you that, hey, if you don't control, do an incremental look, you would think, hey, Marvel cards are up 14% thanks to the MCU. Now, when you apply that control group, what a control group will do is, it levels the playing field.
Yeah.
It'll give you that true lift. So 2% increase. So, and this is leading up to No Way Home.
Yeah.
We can go into like fun takes about the current MCU when we get to that section.
Okay.
Just will say it's not as positive as 2% lift.
Yeah.
When we start showing the phase 4 stuff.
Exactly.
But this slide just lets you know that, okay, that's talking about everything overall. You can actually run the model for individual MCU events that you care about. So Spider-Man No Way Home, 30 days after it came out, increase of 29% in Spider-Man character-related cards. So we're talking, I looked at Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, everybody who popped into that movie.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't last because over the next 30 days, it decreases. So that'll happen in any type of marketing analysis.
Correct.
Nothing goes all the way up to the moon.
It's a market.
Preaching to the choir here. We learned this lesson already. But what's really interesting is, say, if you support the hobby or you're spending by selling cards you don't need anymore, or if you're looking for cards you want to buy, it kind of gives you windows based off MCU events, right?
And these are including raw cards and
Yep.
graded, right?
Yep.
Everything.
Raw graded. So
Yep.
the idea is just to get the whole market out there.
Yes. Yeah.
So just a little overview. And then we go all the way through She-Hulk. So this is the update of the model. So we add in an additional 2.35 million in sales. Just more like this is getting to be a big data set. And here's where the story changes a little bit. So before we only look at the control group, MCU drives 5% of sales. Now, when we start looking at the control group and just remember what the phase 4 products are and the sentiment that's there, the characters they were pushing, there may not be a lot of available Miss Marvel, high value Miss Marvels out there. Just as an example, it actually decreased by 28%. Now, I try to tell you that there's like a silver lining on the cloud here, is because there's actually some bias in the control group. And what I mean is that the characters featured in the Impel set, even though, Moon Knight's in there already to begin with, She-Hulk, but it's just those characters are more prominent already, that in the pre-period they were selling for 58% more. So when the MCU happened for phase 4, the gap reduced. Okay. So you're not seeing it in the bottom line, but it could have been worse without the MCU. For those
and also, people would say the boom had quite a bit of up and downs. So, yeah.
And then we break it out by the projects that I added to it.
Okay.
Hawkeye in the 30 days, like I would take it with a grain of salt. Like in its pre-period, like no one was buying Kate Bishop cards. So we're talking like the average sales was very low. So that 6x more, like the scale was so small to begin with. And you can see it corrects itself over the next 30 days.
Yeah.
So the interesting piece of this, I don't have a visual of it, but Moon Knight in each period actually increased. So that down 45% was just the previous period he was up so high.
Okay.
But if you graphed it over time, it looks like he's doing a steady growth. I had to actually expand it out to 180 days to see Moon Knight start dipping a little bit. So
it's
like one of those interesting phenomenons. Yeah.
Do you have, man, this is so interesting. Thanks again for doing this, man. Do you have, and I'm going to explore your site, but do you have anything over maybe a 5-year span, like longer years?
So I don't tend to do the 5-year span.
Okay.
The only reason for that is that you sacrifice accuracy.
Okay.
So like even when you check out my site, the first page has embedded forecasts. So you can see like the Marvel detail. I'll show the 5-year actuals. So you can make your own assumptions with the forecast, but I won't forecast it out another 5 years.
Sure.
Because there's no way it's going to be accurate.
Yeah.
But you got the past 5 years.
You got the past 5.
And that's really cool. I can't wait to check that out. That's really cool. Thank you.
There's also like the crazier fun side of analytics. There's propensity models. So you can say grab Wolverine in a actual sortable table, search his name, and it'll find a look-alike Marvel character to try and compare him to. Now, I know we're all in agreement. There's no comparison to Wolverine, but statistically, based off of I scraped Contest of Champions data, which I thought was an awesome like metadata that tries to put people on power scales. So you could find like, okay, who's like Wolverine in the game, and then also I added some Twitter polls in there and other ancillary data.
Just real quick, we got a couple people that joined. Derpa Derpa Doo, what's up, Betty? And we got Martin, Destructive Collector. So good to have you guys.
Welcome aboard. So here's a fun one. And Josh was the inspiration here. We talked about it a little bit.
Yes.
Awesome.
So this is just what could be the assumptions and expectations of what's going to happen to Wolverine's cards as a whole once Deadpool 3 comes out. So I don't want to spoil another analysis that hasn't been released on YouTube yet, but I've already released it on my website, so we can talk about it here.
Yep.
If you remember, Spidey Hits did a survey of his followers, like, ooh, what are the top 10 collectibles? RSM, who's actually in the chat, he was involved in it too when it came to like appending the sales data.
Okay.
So Spidey, RSM, myself, and Sketch Card Hive combined forces. I added more modeling at the end of it. RSM got the core KPIs that we were going to model on, and Wolverine, statistically, according to data science, is the top 2 character. So Spidey just edges him out a little bit because we did want to waver more to the fan voting as well. We just didn't want to, let the model create some monster that no one agrees with.
So what are you trying to say? You're trying to say when Wolverine Deadpool 3 comes out, Wolverine's going to be on top. I love it.
I wish I was going to say that, but what I'm going to say is like Wolverine's already so high.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do that's going to really see that jump in his sales.
Correct.
So, but wanted to try and take it at a different angle.
Okay.
And there's actually, and you and I talked about this a little bit, where like there's an interesting close to apples comparison we can get to once the movie releases is Hugh Jackman's on auto cards compared to Tobey Maguire's on auto cards. The reason why I love it is, Tobey already reprised his role for the MCU. It's a multiverse movie. Hugh Jackman's coming back to reprise his role. Multiverse movie. So it's pretty much dot for dot the same. You think of what Wolverine and Hugh Jackman has going for him. Like, he's your only option. He's everyone's Wolverine. Tobey Maguire, it just depends on, which generation you're in. My kids love Tom Holland, which I don't know how I feel about that, but it's their Spider-Man. They were calling Toby to me when we saw No Way Home, like, oh, that's the chubby old Spider-Man. I was like, that's why I relate to him even more now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But so you can make some assumptions and compare the two once the movie comes out and see, who incrementally comes up on top. And what's interesting when we were looking at this data at first is like they're almost there right now, neck and neck.
Yeah.
But if you look at the trend, right, like Wolverine's higher right now, no sales. Obviously, No Way Home already happened. So can maybe that peak up there is some of that, 60 days post. But an interesting analysis is on the horizon. Like, just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right.
Nice. Relating to the bad back Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's I had to, take a Tylenol after sitting in the movie theater too long. Yeah, and then so the idea of this deck that's on the website is you saw how it took probably about 20 slides I had to go through before getting to a data point. And the idea is to try and make more of like collector friendly guides. So kind of the format is, let's talk about the subject, why we love it so much. It's just me and my brother. I panel with my brother. just kind of go at it for a couple hours arguing this stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's put that on the slide. And then it's like, okay, you know, Tom, you go build your models, build my models. And then we come back together to be like, okay, what's out there that we're actually excited about collecting? So we try to put our cap on for like the MCU fan, break down some of the upcoming sets, current sets. What I really liked about this set, and it's in the title, you know, they got the purple parallel matches you can do.
Yep.
You know, tried to call out as much facts as I know off the top of my head without having to do too much research. So obviously not Kate Bishop's first MCU card. There's the San Diego Comic-Con sets. I want to make sure that's called out where it is.
Sure.
No Way Home. I still have yet to get this confirmed by Upper Deck, yes or no. But it looks like, according to every site, like you only get duo autographs.
Duo?
Is the highest. I told Upper Deck when I met with them, like, well, you know, like you're missing like the grail for many Spider-Man collectors. Like, how do you not have a triple? And they just say like, oh, we're not with products, like can't confirm nor deny if it exists, or could be the craziest e-pack chase if that's
if that's the case. Wow. That's crazy.
Moon Knight, and this is just more of like a curiosity of what it's going to do to what I already seen with Moon Knight. So there's going to be a lot more Moon Knights on the market, low-end Moon Knights. So kind of my hypothesis is that he's going to probably tank in price. You'd have to almost exclude this set, except for if Oscar Isaac signs.
Yeah. Huh. I loved Moon Knight myself, so.
Yeah. And then I know Loki's already out there. People are sharing their hits. But
what the frick?
Loki, I thought was a great Disney Plus show.
I wonder if Tobey Maguire didn't sign. Yeah. Maybe. Probably. Right?
Yep.
I have a question. Go ahead and ask your question. If you have a question, go ahead, guys. The chat's here for questions too. And yeah. I'm gonna buy some boxes of Moon Knight, but no sketches. No go for me.
No sketches. It is
interesting. Crazy. Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah. That's kind of just everything that's out there on the site. I mean, there's we just finished a Halo one.
Do you want to pop up your site real quick?
Yeah.
Kind of show people where to kind of go.
Yeah, we can pull that up. It's a ridiculous name, but
hey,
definitely on brand. PancakeBreakfastStats.com.
That's right, baby. Woohoo!
Definitely.
I swear I had a plan there when I was doing it, because I was thinking like, oh, I'm providing like a full meal.
Nice.
Of stacks, you know.
There you go. That's different. It's cool.
Yeah. So let me know when it loads up for you guys.
Yep, load it up.
All right. Main page is called the kitchen. just so proud at my puns, but so just from top to bottom, it'll be the latest thing that's out there. So there's that impact analysis we just went through. Did a guide for Halo collecting. Gaming cards is something I'm trying to build up a little bit in the collection. It started with obviously Super Mario for Luke, and now it's expanded into like, oh wait, Street Fighter tops, and then wait, Cardsmith has the Street Fighter set. Like, this is becoming an even more expensive hobby.
You know what's funny about the Street Fighter,
Any-
when you talked about Street Fighter, I have a video of me opening Street Fighter cards, and it's one of the most watched videos in the last
so it
like
was the
6 months.
the Cardsmith set or a pack of
Yeah,
tops?
the Cardsmith
The
set.
Cardsmith?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. At the National, they had a national exclusive version. So you would get it was some type of like green quartz parallel in it,
Okay.
but different packaging. It was more themed to Ken. So Ken
Yeah.
was on the box art and it was red.
Okay.
But they kept it at the same price as the already low $20 a box.
Yeah, there
So,
was some exclusive stuff at San Diego Comic-Con too. I almost picked it up,
nice.
but yeah.
But Street Fighter, like the similarities to collecting it with Marvel is so character dependent. I got lucky. I pulled an Onyx, a 101, and it was Balrog. So at least somebody from Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
But if it would have been like from one of the modern games, like I'd be fish out of water. like what did I pull? But yeah. So I try to put links to the YouTube box openings. This right here is a new opportunity I had. This app platform company, Uptime, reached out to me. They are backed by the founder of YouTube. And what they do is they create 5-minute hacks. So I'm their first analytics hack that's out there. So pretty much you can go through what we just went through. I'm putting all the trading card analysis in their app, having to reform it for 5 minutes or less, and teaching people analytics through what we love, collecting. So educational fun.
Yeah, that's way cool.
Tom,
Here's
I
that
love
collaboration with I try to model ESPN, if you can't tell. Like the old school ESPN site.
Yeah.
Yep. But here's that one that was the top 10 collectible characters. We got all the presentations from the National up here. Deep dives on the sports that I had to present out there. So,
okay.
When's the best time to buy baseball sealed in wax? It's a survival curve analysis, so it'll give you the probability of when to buy, when to sell.
Yeah.
You could build it for Marvel, but no one really tracks Marvel wax well. So kind of hard to get the data.
You're it, buddy.
I know it's.
We got Pancake.
I love being the solution to my own problem.
Oh man.
Football.
And then we got Pokemon, baby.
Pokemon, more Marvel. And then here's the embedded graphs that I was talking about. So not just photos, but link to the raw data. So this will give you month over month forecasts. So this is saying for October 2023, Marvel cards as a whole, you can expect it to be up almost 40% compared to September. So,
okay.
Cool.
We look it out year over year. And then we look out 2 years. It's got Marvel up at about 3%. Now let me get you to the actual 5-year view that I was mentioning. Should be, we go over here, go to the fortune teller, right? It'll have the latest deck that was shown in YouTube. And then all the way at the bottom, they'll start loading. You'll get to see the detail graphs.
When's your next deck coming
If it
out
ever
again?
loads. Everyone who's watching, stop going to the website. That'll be, oh man, if I can get to it tomorrow. I try to do it, what is it? First week of the month. I was behind a little bit for the national, just because I was having to prep those decks up. But usually, I'm at a point now where I just have to append the latest months of actuals from all the indexes, and then just rerun the forecast, and it's all good to go. Here's a soccer, hockey, football, Pokemon, Marvel.
Can you go back to the
Basketball,
Marvel? Wait, can you go back to the
baseball.
Marvel? Tom, can you go to the Marvel real quick? If you don't mind?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Love it, man.
Yep.
Okay.
So I clicked on it there. Okay, there's the hover. So it gives you an upper, the actual forecast, and the lower. So really, like, lower bound is just like worst case scenario. So that yellow line, green line's going to be like, okay, it's bullish approach. So it's a Holt Winters time series. So it's going to pick up that seasonality really nice. That's why you never see any of my forecasts are just straight lines. It's just picking up all those seasonal trends. Now, this is where we're talking about, like, okay, if you blow out the data, what does it look like? I like to look at it like, okay, get rid of the boom.
Yeah.
Just kind of do like a straight line from here to there. Like, you're still up.
Yeah.
And it's like natural growth. So you can almost do that with everyone. Baseball is typically like the safest because it's like, hey, first trading cards ever, but you can see they're finally starting to dip. Fortnite's a silly one, but
hey, I love it. I still have a Fortnite episode I'm going to have in the future.
Nice. Hopefully it's more than Crystal Shard Black Knight.
Yeah, I might have to have someone, maybe you know a little bit about it. Maybe I'll have you as a guest. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, there's a Fortnite analysis I'd love to do, and it's the hypothesis, and I'll pitch it to you right now, is I hypothesize that the player skins of competitive gamers is what's driving which cards are actually collectible. That's my guess. So I'd love to test that. Maybe we can get
Vintage Lord
to be
wants some
part of it too.
Garbage Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kid cards, go.
Nice. I would not touch that. So I do have an MCU set if you want to just start ripping.
Let's rip it. Let's rip it.
Open.
Yes.
So this is, and let me add the.
Is that the one you showed me earlier?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
This is going to be.
Jordan, reach out to me. We'll set something up. I'll open my Fortnite box with you.
All right. This is called the Infinity Saga by Topps Hero Attacks. It's a trading card game. This was a limited set in India. And this is called a Bazanga pack.
I want to see these.
Now there was Bazanga stuff that was actually X-Men as well, wasn't there?
Oh yeah. They do comic sets as well, but it comes with a binder ready to throw it in. This is covering the entire Infinity Saga. favorite part is it gives you a checklist in here as well. This is the game mat, which is also a checklist. So you can see it's not really screen grabs. Like they're grabbing like the marketing material, clearing out the backgrounds. There are superstar foil cards, limited edition cards. Because we got the Bazanga, it should come with a limited edition pack. Awful packing.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's all over the place a little bit. But it's gonna be really funny if they gypped me of that limited edition pack. But the limited edition cards is actually duos, combos. So one of the limited edition cards has Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland on it. So Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, like, I'd have to research more on MCU sets, but I think that might be the only card where both of them are on it together. I'm sure there's like Panini stickers where they're on it together for like Homecoming and I know it's a weird square, but trust me, it's an actual trading card set. They just packaged it so weird.
That is weird.
All right. We got Iron Patriot, Star Force. So you got Marvel and Captain Marvel together.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. These are the base cards.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Ooh,
You
nice.
got a
That's nice.
Superstar, Spider-Man, Super Power Vision.
That's a good
Now, when I was telling
nice,
Josh about my first interaction with this set was, I was just looking for like a cheap product to open with the kids.
Yeah.
I actually ended up getting spoiled on No Way Home because this set also has Tom Hardy's Venom in it. It has the Into the Spider-Verse, and it's all licensed. It's a licensed set. It's got the Infinity Saga logos with it too.
Tom,
okay.
What do those boxes run? Any idea?
Insanely cheap.
Okay. All right.
So if you can get it through an international site, it's $15.
Oh wow.
If you go Amazon, it's 40 to 30.
Okay.
But really
nice
huge
card.
checklist. There we go. See, this was like one of the first spoils for me.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
Wow.
See, so let me show you.
Cool.
It's Into the Spider-Verse. It'll say on the back.
really.
It says it on the checklist.
Okay.
That is so Miles from that movie. And you got Rocket Raccoon.
And Rocket. Nice. Those are nice. I like the inserts in them.
Yeah. So because it was so cheap, I was just buying like almost cases of it at a time from Amazon. And Ghost Spider's in the set.
Oh.
We didn't get her until the last box we opened, last pack, and
Wow.
Natasha pulled it. So that was a good moment for her.
That was awesome.
But
That's awesome.
Spider-Man in his upgraded suit. Captain Marvel. There's a Natasha from Natasha. So
Yeah.
they also got Black Widow version for her too. But
Okay.
yeah. So Bazangas, I don't know, it's kind of like you would get the equivalent of hits of a case of this. They have smaller options too, like collector's chests, booster boxes. So got Thanos,
Awesome.
another Black Panther.
So is there anything in these packs that aren't in the booster sets and stuff, or
the limited edition pack, which here it is. Okay. I was like, did they jip me out?
okay, so that's
like
your limited
the
edition
duos.
one. Okay.
Yeah. So you got Thor and Loki.
So they're all holofoil. That's cool.
There's that card I
He
was
says,
talking about.
I'm looking forward to seeing what future sets Finding a Unicorn is going to put out. Talking a few sketch card artists, it's been better work experience and better pay.
Yeah, Finding Unicorn, I'm kind of upset I haven't picked up any of those yet. My supplier who got me the Disney set, Kakao Phantom,
Yep.
like he told me, oh, he can get it for me at cost, and he went through it, and I was like, oh, it kind of looks like it's got some black diamond type inserts, and he didn't really have enough information for me to like pull the trigger on it. But now I see everyone else opening it. I'm just like, oops.
Yeah.
Should have participated. A Falcon, Gamora.
Nice.
So Topps Attack released a new set that does have Wolverine in it. It's got more parallels as well, more limited stuff. It does a collector's type series and comic book art they introduced too.
So that's on the Topps digital platform, or that's on the new Hero Attacks?
Physical trading cards. Yep.
Okay.
New Topps Attack.
So that's what we need to get there, Michael, is the new Topps Attack with Wolverine.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. I know what I'm doing whenever we're done tonight.
Yeah. Get those boxes for us, Mike, so we can open them.
A couple of them. Yeah.
Yep. So keep in mind, this set came out before No Way Home. So you're pulling cards like this in it.
Really? Wow.
And at the time when I'm pulling it, like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't look like Bolton Man from the comics to me.
Yeah.
And like you got Prowler from Into the Spider-Verse. It was just, different licensing for international sets versus domestic, like what they can do. So.
Got a question on the MTG Magic, if you know much about that, if it affected anything with the Lord of the Rings and Post Malone purchase.
So I actually probably should look at my index because I do track MTG in it. But I would probably say it would probably spike downwards. I would try to check. I do occasionally check my index like once a month just to see what's happening. MTG and Dragon Ball Super were driving the value a lot as of recent. So it'll be interesting. But I don't think I picked any cards that would really be impacted by it.
Yeah.
Unless, Posty's going nuts and trying to fill his collection Aoki style. Yeah. Well, look at this. You see, you got Night Monkey.
Oh wow. That's funny.
That's my top PC. Keep it aside.
Right there. Night Monkey. Give me some more Night Monkey. Derper Doo has a question for us, Michael. Do you want to answer that?
I would need to know about how much a case would be to really truthfully answer that. But off the top of my head, like 100? No, I don't know. I don't know. Definitely a few cases for sure.
I'll go at least one case I'm gonna be shooting for. So.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a big range in price. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the two of you expecting from that set? Do you think it's going to be like an anthology? Have they given anything away from that?
Alls I know from some inside info from some people of my circles is it's going to be original art stuff. So it'll be like Fleur Ultra Avengers with original art.
Okay.
So looking forward to that.
Ghost. And you got
250 to 400.
Tom, is the the box with Wolverine in it, is it same price range, $15 to $40?
Yeah.
Sweet. That's
Wow.
It's great.
Yeah, it's interesting because Topps Attack has been around forever. The Star Wars stuff seems to sell a little bit higher. But I guess collectors are onto that. But I was talking to Ian about it because it's readily available, easy in the UK to get it. And I was looking at limited edition and Time to Laugh, but Disney Princess set for Natasha.
It's all
And
good.
he was just like, "Oh man, you just let me know when, like send it to my house and I'll ship it back to you." But it was like, it's like stuff that we probably pass in the States that are just like hanging at counters. It's probably that type of level. And kind of interesting, I got three miles in this already. Like he was anything Spider-Verse was hard to pull when we were just like opening up a box for this. It seemed like almost every night trying to get Spider-Gwen.
Have Ken just mentioned the new One Piece show that's out?
Yeah.
On Netflix. I didn't know there was cards.
Oh yeah. They sell out a lot in my area, at least. Like
Okay.
they're the only things flying off the shelves at Target. Just, I think it was today, somebody sent me over, like they got a PSA 10 first ever one piece card.
Okay.
Um,
First
so-
ever PSA 10. Wow.
Yeah. kind of hard to believe, but that's the type of TCG stuff I get fed daily. Recently, I had to help PSA try to authenticate a card, and unfortunately, we couldn't. The type of card it was too easily to make a fraud copy of.
Oh.
So we even had to reach out to, I think it was Bandai, and talk to them, and they actually were not aware of this type of redemption in existence. But
Interesting.
yeah, so I expect some very upset collectors going to be in my DMs eventually, like asking for an opinion, but not knowing that I assisted in PSA saying no.
Well,
but I mean, that type of, ooh, look, another one for the PC. In action, Night Monkey.
Night Monkey in action. There we go. Michael, you got to pay a premium for that one. That looked like a Gem Mint 95.
Name your price. Name your price.
Like I got to at least get a quarter of the price for this box back. $2.
You think with Night Monkey, the name Night Monkey, he'd be a little hairier though, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need my guys hairy.
Oh man. But, yeah. To touch on like Magic the Gathering a little bit, do you guys know the site Gem Mint? So they track PSA grades, BGS grades. When I was developing the TCG index, my list was, I think, over 400 cards to begin with. And then Card Ladder was just like, we need to reduce that a little bit just to make it easier on our developers. So we got it down to 83 cards. But they did went ahead and put every single card like into their system. So they have their own Magic the Gathering index based on what I sent them. But I didn't know they had it until Gem Mint reached out to me and said like, hey, Card Ladder told me you're the guy who's putting Magic the Gathering in. So like, can you explain to me just like the logic of the cards that are in here? Because he's trying to think of like a scalable way get all the pops numbers for them. And I was just like taken aback a little bit. I was just like, cool. I didn't know like I was responsible. Oh, and there's that one.
Love it.
Ooh.
See, that was a big like spoiler for me.
Nice Venom.
And I was
Yeah.
like feverishly looking at the back of the card, like, does it say Studios? Does it say Infinity Saga? Yes. Like, geez.
Wow. Look at that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome Venom.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. I haven't seen that card listed raw either, though, which is weird. Like, you can usually find these in like pick your own card listing.
Yeah.
So
Quote of the night. I need my guys hairy. It's only because Wolverine. Come on now.
yeah. But what I find interesting about like the Topps attack is a lot of people have always told me like, ooh, they wish that domestically more manufacturers could make Marvel. And they kept calling out like Topps as like one of them. And I always thought they were jumping to like, oh, they want like super fractors and every number parallel. But seeing this, like just the composition, it's like, okay, I could see like maybe like why you want somebody else to play with the Legos too.
I
like,
sometimes wish that Panini would take an ability to do more than what they do international,
Yeah. I wonder if it's a situation like those licenses they don't have US.
Yeah.
Because I mean, right, like Super Mario Panini International. Like if we had it in the US, those golds and silvers would be numbered.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Now, that's an awful condition on that one. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like creased in the pack right there.
No, let me make you big. I don't know why I don't have you big. There we go. That's better for the
Yeah.
viewer.
Okay. Yeah. See.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
It's like she got beheaded.
Wow.
Yeah. Super Mario Panini. We opened way too much of that. Just it was a fun like reinforcement. Like, oh, Luke, you did something good. Let's open a pack.
Hey, Media Deep Mind. If you're talking about an artist, that video you sent me, I'll have to double check it. I'll have to let you know after, but I'm not sure. He has a video or something. He wants me to tell him what artist it was. I'm not positive what it is yet, so I'll get to you.
You got multiple artwork for Thanos throughout the set.
How many of these boxes did you open?
I don't feel like admitting that, but disclosing it.
It's okay.
I mean,
you don't have to.
I want to say it was close to 20, and it was all chasing that one card.
Hey, you'll do a lot for your kids when they want it,
Another Miles.
Hey, look at that.
Okay.
I'm going to be chasing those Venoms in there. That was a really cool Venom.
Yeah, the Venoms look good.
It's really unique. Watch they spoil that uniqueness by throwing them into No Way Home. Like concept art, like not him at the bar. Have you heard what their plan like Z was if Toby and Andrew couldn't make it? Like, it's all in the they released an artwork concept book to the movie. So that final scene at the Statue of Liberty would have been Doctor Strange and Venom teaming up with Tom Holland to fight.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So it would have been a completely different movie
Yeah,
Glad the one we got.
I think so too.
But
Tom,
You
who's
think-
your top? Who's your PC characters?
yeah, mine for Marvel is Iceman.
Okay.
So I've always loved like Iceman's utility, not only in the comics but also in video games. It's like think of going back to like X-Men Legends, playing that game.
Yeah.
Like pretty much you needed Iceman to build a bridge all
man.
the time. You know, in the comics, I always liked that they would always play on the fact that like, ooh, he really never met his potential power wise. So like just like untapped. And you know, I'm not a Christmas baby, but born December 28th. So growing up in Brooklyn, it was just all snow around my birthday. So.
Yeah.
I'm a
Plus,
December baby too.
I am one of 6 children. 4. So we went. My parents went 5 boys and then 1 girl. So when we would play on the streets, you know, X-Men with each other, I am a very like type B, type C personality. So it's like, okay, my older brother would pick Wolverine, my neighbor would pick Colossus. And it's like, okay, no one's gonna pick Iceman.
What's funny is my cousin would do the same thing, me and my cousin, and he would always say he's Wolverine. And I'm like, dang it, I want to be Wolverine. And I'm just like, fine, I'm Morph. And I would just be like, Morph, and I could be anybody.
So here's like another hilarious cost saving moment for Tom. Like if I would have just opened this box only, right? We've gotten 4 miles, the Tom Hardy Venom.
Yeah.
And right on the front is the.
Oh my goodness.
So she doesn't have any of the foils. She's only a base card.
Wow.
It's like great.
Huh.
Jeez. That's cool though.
But then again, I don't know what I would have done with like those 20 other
Thanks,
boxes.
Derp Dude, for joining us. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Yeah. So Iceman in
Not yet,
Marvel. Star Wars, it's Vader and Luke. My son's named Luke.
Oh,
So
nice. That's awesome.
I try to get as many cards as the 2 of them on, like fighting each other. So I've even picked up a couple of the actual production cells from Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. They're like a 1-of-1 inserts that you can get really cheap on ComC. You know, I get it, like they're not super fractors. But it's when I think of like a Star Wars collectible, I was like, okay, that's the one I want. Like something they actually used in production.
That's neat.
Yeah. And then we have a Yoshi from Super Mario PC, because that's my wife's main character in Mario Kart. So I've been picking up a lot of the Japanese prisms, the ones that are like really expensive in BGS holders and nothing else. So I have some raw ones. I'm just like, ooh, maybe I should try to grade them.
Is that the card ass ones?
Yep,
Yeah.
the card ass ones. So you can get Yoshi in the form where he just comes out of the egg at first, like, and you're carrying him around, like in Super Mario World. You can get Mario riding Yoshi, and then they also have a couple of Mario Kart versions. So they're fun. A couple of Nintendo Power cards we have too from the magazine. Yoshi's Cookie, Disney, Luke Likes Mickey, and Jack Skellington. So luckily, there's a Nightmare Before Christmas TCG. So we got the complete set of that, all the foils.
Wow.
They're actually pretty nice, but it's one of those things where it's not Lorcana, so it's pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
you know, people don't realize Lorcana's like Disney's 10th TCG at this point. It's just all timing, right?
They got cards for everything, don't they?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You opened that What If box?
Yeah.
I saw there. What's your big hit that you got from that box? Is that the only box you broke, or do you break more than that?
No, that was the only box.
That was the only one. Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't the lowest serial numbered that I got in that box, but pulled a gold Gamora, so like the Impel Retro version.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool because it color matched. Because in that episode, she wears Thanos' armor.
That was
like,
that
oh,
was
that's
like
really
what,
cool.
188 or something?
Yeah, the last
Something like
two
that?
numbers were 88. I don't remember what the first one was.
Yeah.
But the orange was lower, but it was Wong, so Wongers. But from the Marvel Zombie episode, I also got a Frozen in Time Captain America, but Hydra Stomper.
Nice.
So that was kind of a cool card, but
yeah, the one card that I got out of my box that was a case hit would be the Infinity Ultron Space, is what I got.
That's cool.
The Infinity cards. Are you collecting any of those? Because you have something to do with those Infinity Stone things, and so just wondering how you thought about. There's only six metal inserts from that set. They're Infinity Stones, so
they're on the radar. I haven't jumped in yet. I mean, I'm trying to practice what I preach.
Yeah.
And the survival curve models, they've changed my whole point of view on things. I mean, this might be like no Sherlock to some, but like the model shows that like pre-order is not the cheapest price you can get a set at. It's like, oh man, if I actually wait like 5 to 6 months, just be patient. You can get sealed boxes cheaper than the pre-order. Now, causation of that could be, what you're chasing is already pulled.
Yep.
Imagine you run the survival curve for the Magic set. I'm sure sealed wax, pretty easy to get now. But yeah, I just kind of wait on sets now.
That's good.
I mean, I pre-ordered No Way Home. That's something that's like, ooh, that's the next MCU one I really want.
Sure.
Pre-ordered Halo Legacy because in their sales sheet they show metal insert samples.
Ooh.
So I don't know how rare they're going to be in that because they got tons of parallels in that set. They're treating it almost like an MCU set.
Yeah.
So it's like, is the metal like, don't think they're going to do a PMG because the sales sheet did not show a PMG. It was just like the metal base. But Upper Deck could not confirm nor deny if they were going to have PMGs. Because when you think of like color match chase of color match chase, green PMG Master Chief.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for catalysts of an entire IP, then it's all of a sudden everyone's collecting Halo.
Now are there any? Yeah, for sure. Are there any like stamped cards in this set, like the White Schwartz, or not really?
No, not in this one. In the newer set that they just released, they don't have stamped, but they changed the rarity. So there
Okay.
is a collector's corner, it's called. And so they made them case hits. And they normally would look like, this type of foiling. And it has like a gold type of stamp, but it's not the same as Y Schwartz. But
Okay.
it'll be a stamp that says like collector on it, I think.
Oh, that's cool. And that's the one that with Wolverine in it?
Yep, that's the one with Wolverine. I don't know if he made it to the collector's corner though. They
Oh,
might
okay.
have put it like really limited characters out there.
Okay.
But we made it through that box.
Awesome. I love it.
Impressive. It was actually like 50 some odd packs.
That was a great open. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I think it's more enjoyable now since there's nothing to spoil.
Yeah. You open it.
Like,
when did that come out? That was before No Way Home?
Yeah, it was before No Way Home. Let me see what date it says on the pack.
Yeah. Future generations will use.
Okay, so April 2021. So No Way Home came out in November, right, of that year?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So they would have had the confirmation already that, Venom was a cameo.
Yeah.
So it's not just like they screwed up type of thing.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see what is. Okay, so Interglobal has a good question for you there, Pancake.
Yeah.
What is Pancake's assessment of the state of the hobby as it pertains to Marvel cards? Is everything going to tank next year?
Everything going to tank. I don't think everything is going to tank. Usually what I see in the data is like some of them rise through the cream. Like, think of like cream corn. You start getting those little nuggets come up. What's interesting is think of like the cycle of collecting. Where was like the majority of collectors 2020? They're just kind of all over the place, grabbing. But you also had more veteran collectors who've already went through that process years ago. And they start, more scarcity, more rarity. Newer collector, I think now then gravitates to, okay, if I stick to like serial numbered cards, that's safer. You start seeing it on the sports side too, that shift to like vintage type autographs.
Yeah.
Marvel, you kind of see more of a shift going on to like creator type autographs.
Okay.
Artist autographs.
Yeah.
Comic cuts are finally getting its love.
They are.
But you still have new collectors coming in that are still all over the place. You have other people shifting. So all of this is happening in the market all at once. Hence, the Holt Winters is really accurate.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be completely inaccurate if you wanted to forecast out Hugh Jackman autos.
Sure.
Like you can do the comparative analysis to Tobey Maguire, but like if you put, ask me, like, okay, what's going to happen to a Hugh Jackman auto over the next 2 years? Can't tell you with any accuracy.
Yeah. For sure.
And if it gets even more high valued, like if I'm off by like 5%, it's a lot. Like think if you were to try to model a PMG green Spider-Man, right? And by modeling standards, industry best says if you're 20% off or lower, like that's a good model. 10% or lower, hey, that's an excellent model. If you're 10% off on that card and you're trying to make a buying decision.
Oh, seriously, right?
Wow.
Even if it's like 10% in your favor, you're going to be like, well, this thing is hogwashed.
That's
Yeah.
why you just like do a Michael from Cool Cards and just raise all your prices to $10,000, and if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, it's fine. I want to keep it.
If they want it, they want it. I mean,
But I do too. With a lot of my cards there. So
Yeah.
Gary from Pawn Stars, the Pokemon King, Charizard King, he does that too. He's got like a collection of Charizards he's had on eBay forever. I forgot what asking price he has it, but he puts it at what he values it at, and somebody wants it, come and take it.
True.
But what's interesting about that Marvel question is I get asked that every time I go into my LCS.
Really?
So my LCS is run by Tampa Bay Card Shop. So
okay,
Bryant and Anna. Anna is Miss Sports Cards. So a big soccer whatnot breaker. She was on Jeff Wilson's like eBay holiday special.
Yep.
Yeah. So my LCS is fun. I mean, I love them and they're fun to talk to. It's it's fun, challenging questions out there.
Yeah, that's a good time right there.
And I tell them all the time, yeah, my opinion has not changed. And I try to tell people that you don't need analytics to collect. You don't need to care if a card's going up or down. Like, it's obviously safer to assume everything's worth nothing.
Sure.
And if you don't want it in your collection at 0, then don't have it.
Well, and I mean, to say, I guess, what did you think about Marvel Masterpieces and stuff like that? I don't know exactly if you, I'm sure you saw content on that.
Yeah.
What's your take on the new Masterpieces and kind of what the prices came to and all that stuff, and how it was at the very beginning to now?
I got priced out of it. I did not buy anything. I still don't have a single card from that set, and it's got Spider-Gwen and Black Widow in it. It's not a knock on the artist. It's not a knock on Upper Deck, but it's the same as to why with Lorcana, I'm just very choosy on which cards I get, because it's just, for me, I can't justify, like, I can put that money towards somewhere else, even like other cards. Even beginnings, what I did was I have one beginnings card, and I wasn't priced out of that, but it was just, I was thinking of like opportunity cost. So I got a Comic Cuts Black Widow, so her first appearance. I was like, I could try chasing something like that.
Yeah, that's the 6 panel, right? The 6 panel.
No, this one is just the
the
1 panel Comic Cut.
But, okay, because there's like the 6 fold.
Oh no! You're like, if I would have told you that, you'd be
they're like numbered to 5.
You'd be like, Tom, money is not an object to you.
Well, that's why I was like, I wanted to confirm that.
like everything you just said is a lie. But yeah, no, masterpiece. I love the artwork. I love the artist. I just
we don't have to go into the original art stuff right now. I'm not gonna have you do that. It's just one of masterpieces. So
yeah, haven't yet. I mean, I don't know. I still got.
There's still
EPAC masterpieces.
EPAC, you can pick stuff up. So I'd wait for that.
Yeah, EPAC, CompC. That's when,
like you said, that's the smarter move to wait. But we as collectors,
we can't wait.
We can't wait.
Like I want. I'll probably just pick the base Black Widow and the base Ghost Spider. Call it a day on CompC.
You got another question about what you think about the Comic Cuts. Do you like them? Are they a gimmick long run?
No, they're not a gimmick. I like them. And I go to tons of Comic Cons. I see artwork, artists in person, get to meet them, talk to them. Comic cuts, I like it because it's easier to store, easier to put on display. Like to accurately like store comic artwork, you have to treat yourself like you're a museum. Cold storage, it can be in like one of those like really short binder presses, but pretty much you can't expose it to light. Like if you want it to last for a while.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I haven't pulled the trigger on. I was looking at original Disney sketches, like
Okay.
Donald Duck's pretty cheap, and I just was like talking myself out of it. Like that's not something I put on the wall. It's not something I can put in a cube. But I have comic cuts on display in here. It's easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Well, awesome, man. Let's see. We got another one? No. Okay. Sorry, I thought we had another question. Michael,
Yes.
You've been quiet a little bit. Do you have any questions or anything for our guest Tom?
No, I'm listening to him discuss this and just get into these stories, and I just get lost in them, you know. Like, and thanks for the idea, man. I'm gonna definitely buy some boxes of these. These are very inexpensive, and I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Open, man. I appreciate you doing this and everything you do. Really
I mean,
cool.
I think the sets go all the way back to like 2008, if I'm correct. So it's like it's got a really long history to it. Now.
I've seen a lot of them, just not the ones you opened tonight. That's the first time I've ever seen those.
Yeah, the MCU one's interesting. And
Yeah.
plus, man, if they never work something out to get Tom Hardy in a set,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be hard to find a better image than that, though.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. No, that's awesome. I know. I get lost in your eyes, your big brown eyes there. No, just kidding. No, your data stuff's awesome, man. Like I've always been a fan of your YouTube channel and your content, and yeah, great, awesome stuff on Instagram, guys. If you want to check him out, as well as his YouTube channel. But Tom's just like any old guy. He puts on his pants just like you. If you have a question for him, just reach out to him. He'll answer it. So I always want to go back and revert back to a question that I asked him, and it was about the MCU. And he said it wasn't a matter of what was it? It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And he was talking about Hugh Jackman coming to the MCU.
Yeah.
And that was well behind a lot, it was well behind before they announced it. So yeah.
I mean, my wife always likes to joke with me about it. She's like, why do you even watch a Marvel movie? Like you know everything that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna be in it? What's it like? Why do you like she'll catch me like researching it too? Like, just it's like stop spoiling yourself. And it's like I have such high expectations for it. And I'm generally don't like to be surprised. Like that's part of my personality, just Capricorn, always be prepared, research. And it's like there's some classic stories they hit on, like you think they can't fumble, but I mean, movies like Batman versus Superman exist. Stuff that you think is like a layup. It's like I just want to make sure everything's okay. Like the latest rumor that has me like cringe a little bit, and I'll show it.
Okay.
So huge Sam Raimi fan, huge Army of Darkness fan. I got Bruce Campbell's autobiography, like ready whenever, autographed by Bruce.
Wow, that's
but
cool.
Just like available in my office whenever I need to refer it. Now we know he did Multiverse of Madness, and that was pretty much an Evil Dead movie. If you've seen like Army of Darkness and all of that in the backdrop of the MCU, can't believe they let get away with some shots, like her coming out of the mirror fountain, like that's a Deadite. He's their top choice for Secret Wars.
Really?
And I'm just like, unless like Tobey Maguire's demanding it, I don't see how he's your top choice. Like Spider-Man 2, like that's a masterpiece. I get that. But he had an Oscar-winning writer that came in to finish the script for him. Like Sam Raimi operates well when he's got bumper rails on.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't let him pair up with a Rick and Morty writer.
I was actually just about to ask Tom the same question, Air Global. But I was gonna ask you, what has been your favorite, most recent in the past year MCU movie?
Oh man, the past year.
Yeah, because we have some good MCU movies a while back, but just within the last year, what's your favorite?
Yeah, so it's not really a tie between two. So one of them I didn't get to see in theaters. And that was Wakanda Forever.
Okay. Yep.
And that was like a cry fiesta for me from like beginning to end, because I was like, man, this is like an actual like living tribute to Boswick.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I thought they handled Namor well. I wasn't too like sure about like the changes they were gonna make, but it made sense in that world. And at least they kept his like power structure the same.
Sure.
So I don't think the movie actually went anywhere to say, but out of like everything else that was being shown, I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty good. But then like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I was just like, as much as I cried during Wakanda Forever, like I didn't think I was going to get like this emotional about a raccoon.
A raccoon, right?
But also like the plot was great, the way they tied it all together, really ended the story, but left it for more possibilities. It was just a well-made movie. Like if you take away the backdrop of Marvel, like it could still work as a movie. It's about friendship, loved ones.
Yeah.
That fear of losing your best friend.
Correct.
And then, Star-Lord finally going home back to Earth, and all that anxiety he was probably dealing with, like, like, is my grandfather even alive? Is he going to know who I am? Like that initial, like, he just wanted to kind of go back once the door was opened. It was like, I don't know you. Let me turn around,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my favorite within the past year, but.
Okay. And what's your all-time favorite, just to help Interglobal?
Yeah. So Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah. So Civil War, and the only reason because they nailed Spider-Man's intro. Like I was worried we were going to go through the origin story again, and they kept it simple, sweet, understood that the audience knows who he is.
Correct.
And just nailed the points,
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then your favorite movie all time would be the Thor, right? The Thor Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're having Waititi direct the next one too. Supposedly they're doing a tonal shift. I mean that
versus Ragnarok was so,
yeah.
like, it's like, wow, like, okay, Ragnarok I can handle, and it was great, put together really well. I feel that all the humor fit together, but with this Love and Thunder, it was too much.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Bale gave it his all. I think he gives his all for like any role. I think it's similar to like Tom Hardy in the Venom movies. Like he's the only one that takes it seriously.
Yeah, he was the best part of that movie to me, for sure.
Yeah.
But also I got like just beyond like the silliness of it and the campiness, it's like like, why are you gonna do the, and I'm gonna butcher the name, but Gore's sword, but not have it tied to Null, not have it tied to the symbiote hive, but you have shadow monsters and you don't change their artistic style. Like, come on, it's symbiotes. He's calling symbiotes.
Yep. A lot wrong with that one.
And you're after No Way Home already. So it's like it's established. It's there.
Yeah, no. And someone agreed with you for Guardians, and I would too. Guardians was one of my favorites this past year.
I mean, come on. Rocket's first words are hurts. There's a great YouTube channel. It's called Pitch Meetings.
What is it?
Pitch Meetings.
And what is it?
It's a channel? Yeah. So this one guy, it's by Screen Crush. And what he does is, like, after movies have been released, he reenacts like what the pitch meeting was to get it sold in between the
I've seen that before.
Yeah, the one for Volume 3 is great. And
I'll
he says,
have to
like,
see if I can find that.
He says, like, hey, I've developed the perfect formula to make a villain hated by everyone. He's like, okay, lay it to me. And he holds up a piece of paper, and it's like a sketch of a puppy. And then he just starts hitting it in front of him. It's like, you automatically hate him. Yeah.
Oh. Spot on the Null reference, for sure. All right, cool. Well, that's all I got for tonight, man. I appreciate you coming on, Pancake. It's always a pleasure. I will have you on again.
Yeah, we got to follow up on the Wolverine Spider-Man test.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll have you on when we get some of these Hero Attacks new cards that have Wolverine in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That. So
you also get a really nice, like, jumbo collector version too, and it's like Bazanga pack version. So kind of like in a ETB promotional box of Pokemon. They got the jumbo cards.
Okay.
So now you got jumbo Marvel cards too.
Huh. I'll have to check it out. Mm-hmm. We will check it out. Michael's already on eBay looking at it. Yeah, exactly. Right. Hey guys, well, Michael, do you have anything you wanna say, or?
Just appreciative to Tom for what you do, man. Love it. Very unique and specialized, obviously. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And a lot of people were actually excited about this episode coming up with you, Tom. And like I said, you got awesome factual data behind Marvel cards, and I don't know of any other place that has that other than the stuff that we see put on Card Ladder or anything like that, but that's pretty much from you. So
yeah, I got my hands in everything. It's too much at times, but I just want to give back and help out when I can.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like you're not just you're a collector of Marvel cards and Disney and all things collectibles when it comes to what your kids are interested in, and we're always kind of trying to find out if our kids are going to be interested in this in the next generations, and trying to get them into it. And I know I've had my nephew on at times on the Marvel Roundtable, and he's so into it right now. It was like a spitting image of like when I was a kid, like so interested in it, and it's just awesome to see. And my kids, they're okay. One likes soccer cards, and so we've done some soccer together and all that stuff. But and he'll go to Comic Cons with me, like the local Comic Cons here. He'll go with that, like to that with me. But he's not interested in many of the Marvel cards. So
conversion rate's kind of hard. It's difficult, especially at Comic Cons. Like
yeah.
Like you go to a Comic Con, you see all the cosplay and and you still get taken aback like by how much education you have to do on trading cards.
Dude,
To
seriously.
somebody who's like dressed as Deadpool, and you show them like, hey, you know, there's a whole Deadpool set, and they just look at you like, what is that? You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny you say that, because like the very first 2022, when I went to the very first card shows that I went to, people were just amazed with these Marvel cards and all that stuff. And so there's a lot of education. And it seems like almost every single time you go to a Comic-Con, you're doing that still. Like,
Yep.
people now know a little bit that are in the card world, but like in Comic Cons, people don't know anything about cards, and so if you have those there, they're just like amazed that they even make them. And I used to collect those when I was in a little kid, and it's just crazy. So it's all about education, man, and that's kind of what a lot of us content creators try to do is use these videos to show people these cards. And just even if it's as basic as the hero attacks, Avengers cards we opened tonight, it still shows that Marvel cards are out there and they're alive, and we just have to keep on educating people. So that's it. Awesome. All right, guys, you guys have a good night, chat, and we'll be talking to you later. And and take care. Have a good weekend. We'll see you.